Developing tonight, Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan one step closer to becoming the next Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives, but he is still facing a big hurdle in his bid for the gavel, winning over a majority of the full House. Today, the Republican conference elected Jordan to be the Speaker designee by a margin of 152 to 56, a far cry from the 217 votes needed in a full floor vote. NBC News is reporting that the earliest that vote could happen is 6 p.m. on Monday.
Representative Jordan is working to shore up votes before the House reconvenes next week. NBC4's Kyle Beachy spoke with a Republican strategist who says it will be an uphill climb to reach the magic number of 217.
Terry Casey points to a small group of Republicans who have caused this vacant leadership seat in Congress, all with a war brewing in the Middle East.
When things are this close, remember the Senate is 50-50, the House is almost 50-50, and when things are that close, one or two members, or three or four, in this case 8 members, can do some dumb things and cause a little bit of chaos.
Chaos on Capitol Hill. The U.S. House of Representatives going on 10 days now without a speaker. In steps Ohio Republican Jim Jordan. He was defeated in a vote by Louisiana Republican Steve Scalise just days ago, but Scalise dropped out. Now Jordan is getting the nod, but the math isn't adding up for Jordan, who needs 217 votes to become Speaker.
It doesn't look like Jim Jordan has enough votes. Do you anticipate that changing in the next couple weeks?
It might change in the next week or two. It's also possible there could be a third party come on, because clearly there's polarization among Republicans, as well as polarization Democrat and Republican on a number of different issues.
Across the aisle, Ohio Democrat Marcy Kaptur took to X to show her displeasure with House Republicans, calling it 10 days in chaos with paralysis and inaction coming from the majority. Meanwhile, fellow Ohio Republicans Troy Balderson and Warren Davidson eager to support Jordan's bid. Davidson saying, "We have entered the swamp strikes back phase." Balderson calling Jordan a leader who would hold Washington accountable and stand up for conservative values. But it may take some time.
The story's not going to be over in the next 2 or 3 days because, again, things are deeply divided on both sides and in both chambers of the U.S. Congress.
Now, Casey told me there is good news. It appears there are measures in place to appropriate resources and give more power to an interim speaker, and that if Israel needs help, President Biden does have the authority to do most of what might be needed.
Thank you, Kyle. Jim Jordan's bid to be Speaker is getting vocal opposition from former Ohio State University wrestlers who say he failed to protect them and is now failing to stand up for them. Jordan was the assistant wrestling coach at OSU from 1986 to 1994, in the middle of the 20-year span when former team Dr. Richard Strauss was molesting, even raping Ohio State athletes. Hundreds of them have lawsuits pending against the university in federal court, and every wrestler we've interviewed as part of our Culture of Cover-Up series says Jordan knew Strauss was abusing athletes and did nothing to stop it. OSU's own investigation revealed former coaches, doctors, trainers, and administrators turned a blind eye to what Strauss was doing. Attorney Rocky Ratliff was one of the wrestlers abused by Strauss. He now represents other survivors and tells me none of them want to see Jordan elevated to Speaker.
We know what happened to us. We know what was going on. He knows what was going on. I understand he's in a tough position because he's trying to be Speaker of the House, and he doesn't want this sexual abuse to ruin his career or so forth. But it's hard to imagine that someone who cares about their athletes or their people would know something like this happened and not come to you and ask you, how are you doing?
Ratliff says Jordan would see Strauss showering daily for hours with students, and many of them reported the abuse during physical exams to their coaches. Jordan denies any knowledge of what Strauss did.